Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
It's Friday, it's May 2nd, and we're going to talk more baseball. The Arizona and Florida Complex Leagues kick off tomorrow, and that is one of my favorite things in the world. The Complex Leagues are where all the hidden gems are. The backfields are a blast. I'm currently planning a trip right now, tentatively to Florida, but the talent's just so much better in Arizona that I kind of want to go to Arizona instead. So kind of working on the schedule there and what I might be doing. But man, there is a load of talent in the Complex Leagues this year. And I'm going to break it down. It'll be a two-part episode. I'm going to talk about the Arizona Complex League players first, and then the Florida Complex League. Arizona Complex League is substantially better. So, I'm going to hit that first because I think there's a lot of players to talk about there. I have a corresponding article on the site if you want to go check that out, but there's a ton of talent for those West Coast teams. I'm pretty excited about that talent, how it could evolve. There was already one of the top prospects set to be there that's now in Single A, Cobb Hightower, the San Diego Padres. He was set to be at the complex. Now he's off to Single A, and I think that'll happen for quite a few of these players. So let's break them down. Let's talk about them and what they bring to the table. But first, you know the drill. Our episode's brought to you by Connect Roasters. I've got my Connect Roasters right here in this mug, cold brewed, cold foam on top. Very, very good. The Gold Glove Blend, buy one, get one 50% off using the code Dynasty Dugout on the site. It's Ian Happ's coffee. It's fantastic. Go check it out. And Chinook Seedery is a proud sponsor of the show. Chinook Seedery has the best sunflower seeds in the game. You can get a wide variety of flavors, and ultimately, you can get 10% off using the code Dynasty Dugout. Go check that out as well. Let's dive right into the show. Off the top, I want to talk about a pair of Arizona Diamondback prospects that I'm excited about at the complex. Like J.D. Dix, first off, and Tytus Cissell, two prep draftees last year. And people have asked, and that's another thing, people have asked, why are some of these prospects at the complex not Single A? Well, I think you have to take it case by case, org by org. That's the most important thing to look at and say, okay, this is important. These guys were cold weather bats. J.D. Dix is from Wisconsin. He needed more reps before he's ready for full season ball. High school seasons are shorter for these guys in Wisconsin, etc. up north. And ultimately, they need that time to really develop. So Dix, those type guys, they've been at the extended spring training at the complex of the team, and they're going to play complex ball. Do they go to Single A this year? Most likely. I would bet that happens at some point later this summer. But J.D. Dix, 35th overall pick last year. He's a really physically gifted hitter. He's grown from his 6'2", 180 list. I think he's taller and stronger than that when you look at him. Really explosive lower half. There's power, there's speed. He posted some really good run times in high school. He lifts the ball with ease, ton of line drives and fly balls. He did miss time with a torn labrum last year in high school. So that's the interesting thing. How healthy is he? If he's fully healthy, J.D. Dix could absolutely take off. Tytus Cissell, another one that they drafted last year, 6'2", 185 shortstop, fourth round pick last summer in the draft. Really well-rounded skill set. Very good athlete, very impressive run times, good power. He put up a show in PBR Super 60 last year, which is the best high school players showcase in the nation, basically. Good feel from both sides of the plate. He's a switch hitter, good actions in the field. I'll be curious how they stack up this infield with Dix and Cissell here, but that's Tytus Cissell, Cissell. Cissell. We'll figure it out. But both those guys, really, really fun. That's someone that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Another, Cincinnati Reds actually have a duo, and they've got a lot of talent, but the Cincinnati Reds have two hitters that I'm specifically focusing on here. Tyson Lewis was one of my favorite players in the draft class last year. He has power, he has speed, he has athleticism for days, 6'2", 195 frame. He has a swing that generates natural loft. He's put up exit velocities as high as 108 during his senior year with metal. Not to mention extremely fast. Lewis, 6.4 second 60-yard dash. I mean, that's plus speed for sure. I've read nothing but great reports about his work ethic. He went through a swing change in the last year, which I think it looks much more natural now. And he has a great frame already. So Tyson Lewis of the Reds, shortstop prospect. He's one that could really take off. Excited about what he brings to the table. And then there's another one in the Reds, Arnaldo Lantigua. He's a 19-year-old outfield prospect. He was traded over from the Dodgers. Lantigua was actually a DSL repeater last year. And I know people are like, oh, if they repeat the DSL, they're not good. I'm not sure that's the case because every circumstance is different. Some players have issues getting work visas. There's all kind of weird things. And he did hit 7 home runs in 29 games in 2023 in his first DSL stint, but he struggled with contact. Last year, he dominated, hit 11 home runs in 49 games, slash 301, 430, 575. He walked as often as he struck out. That's pretty impressive. It's a pretty big frame, big leg kick, aggressive swing, but Lantigua has really good timing. Hips kind of clear a little bit early. He's shown the ability to wait back, though. I think there's good adjustment in the box. Really good contact rates in the DSL. I'm curious if that translates. Good chase rate, good power as well. Like his 90th EV was above MLB average already last year. He pulled the ball in the air often. Lantigua, really fun player. So that Reds team is going to be fun as well. As I said, a lot of teams out there in the desert, they're going to be fun for sure. The Dodgers have, as usual, a ton of guys, and I could go on for a lot of those guys, but let's talk about Emil Morales, shortstop prospect, who was, by WRC Plus, the best hitter in the minors last year. I mean, he had a 194 WRC Plus, which is crazy. It was the highest mark among a qualified minor leaguer since 2019. I mean, it's a 6'3" frame, pretty good athlete. Morales hit 14 home runs, slash 342, 478, 691 in the DSL last year. Crazy stuff. He had 12 stolen bases, 11 doubles. He did not hit a home run for like the first month of the season either, which is crazy. He played 32 games after that first month, and he hit 14 home runs in the final 32 games, which is nuts. He was on base in 43 of his 46 games, walked as often as he struck out, 20% chase rate kind of backed it. Contact rate's interesting, and that's going to be the biggest thing to watch with Emil Morales of the Dodgers is his contact. It was 69% contact rate in the DSL. Gives me a little bit of pause, if I'm being honest with you, but the power's legit. The approach is good. I'm really excited to watch Emil Morales. As am I excited to watch one of their pitchers named Brady Smith. Maybe it's not a name you're overly familiar with, but Brady Smith was a third-round draftee in 2023. He is from Tennessee. He was a prep arm. He had Tommy John. He has not pitched as a professional yet. In high school, he set like 90 to 93, topped at 95. But all of a sudden now, Brady Smith has seen the fastball tick up. Like he's like sitting in the mid-90s. Now, it is shorter stints. Like he's been working like one-inning stints since he's come back. I'm really curious to see because I think Brady Smith's going to absolutely carve up the complex hitters. For all the good hitters I'm talking about, there's a lot of hitters that are going to struggle against Brady Smith. Fastball in the mid-90s. He's got 2 breaking balls. He's got a curve and slider that he spins well. He's got a good fading changeup. It's a good arsenal. Brady Smith might struggle with command at times, but I think that this could be a guy that really takes a step forward this year. He's a lively arm. If he's sitting mid-90s, then I'm really excited about what Brady Smith brings to the table. As Brady Smith, right-handed pitcher, Los Angeles Dodgers. He just turned 23, by the way. He's a good mover on the mound, really good athlete. I'm really intrigued to see what he can do this year at the complex. He'll probably be in single-A Rancho pretty soon, so I'm excited about that and what he could potentially offer. The Padres were set to have a really exciting duo, but Cobb Hightower bumped to single-A. They also have Kale Fountain, though. He will be the star of that team, in my opinion. They've got a couple arms. Cash Mayfield is obviously in single-A, so a lot of the draftees they drafted last year are in single-A. And Kale Fountain might be there pretty soon. 6'5" third base prospect with power for days. He's got one of the best frames you'll see in the complex. He's listed 6'5", 225. He's a good athlete too. So like physically imposing, but he runs pretty well for the size. There's legit power. There's potential for growth in the swing. It's geared for natural loft. Like Fountain could lead the ACL in home runs, and I would not be surprised at all. His counterpart in the there's another Dodger, Chase Harlan, who's kind of a similar profile that I would watch pretty closely as well. So watch out for Kale Fountain, Kale, and like fountain, like a water fountain. So some fun names. Cleveland always has some dudes that pop up every single year. They've got a lot of names this year, including some pitchers. They drafted a lot of prep pitchers last year, which will be exciting. Juneiker Caceres, hope I'm pronouncing that right, 16-year-old in the DSL last year. He did not perform like one. He'll spend the entire season as a 17-year-old this year. He's added some height and weight. Like, he's listed 5'10", 168. Based on the video I've watched this spring, I'm certain he's bigger than 5'10". I don't have exact confirmation, but I can almost assure it. He didn't hit a home run last year, but he put up exit velocity as high as 108, and he hit the ball in the air 70% of the time. And the fact that he's gotten stronger is pretty significant. He had good contact skills last year. There's been some really good footage of him this year as well. I've seen him put up some pretty good EVs this spring on some video that I've seen. Juneiker, Juneiker, Caceres, Caceres. I'm probably butchering that last name pronunciation, but he's an outfield prospect in the Guardians org. He's 17 and will be all year. He's one of the youngest signees for last year's international class. Very fascinating player. And they've got some arms too. Good luck hitting against this Guardians ACL team. They've got Joey Oakie. They've got Chase Mobley. They've got some guys that are going to dominate. Braylon Doty's obviously in single A, but Joey Okie's the one I'm focusing on here. 6'3", 200-pound, $2 million bonus in the third round last year. Okie's like a workhorse type frame. It's a fastball that reaches 97, low to mid-90s on average. Low release, flat plane, really carries. He does throw some two-seamers that thrive with the riding four-seam. Has a mid-80s slider, good sweeping action, good spin, late bite. Like, he does a lot of things well. So I'm really focused on Joey Oakie as the pitcher here. Chase Mobley also is one that I think could jump. So some good, exciting arms with Cleveland. Their team will be really good as always. Cleveland never gets the like super high-end, high-dollar international signing, but they break up their bonuses really well, and they get a lot of dudes. So, and if 5% of those pop, then it's a big win. And that's what they do every single year. So look at their system. Kansas City Royals, David Shields. They've got a couple guys here, Kyle DeGroat as well, but David Shields, he was actually supposed to be in this summer's draft class. He reclassified from 2025 to 2024. He was 17 on draft day. The Royals picked him 41st overall, $2.3 million bonus. He's someone I'll think I'll have in Columbia probably later this year. I mean, it's a solid arsenal of pitches. Left-handed arm, low 90s, but he did tick up a little bit. I'm curious to see where the fastball velocity lives with David Shields. He's topped out near 95 now, which I think is interesting. Good arm side movement on that. Good riding action as well. Slider solid. Good depth. Good horizontal. He's got a changeup as well, which will be a big development this year if he can develop the changeup. He's thrown a curve at times. I'm curious what kind of arsenal he comes out with this year. That's David Shields of the Kansas City Royals. A couple more names to hit on here. The Brewers, every year, the Brewers have some guys. And obviously, like, their DSL class was otherworldly last year. They sent two of them to single A that I just saw last week, Made and Luis Pena. So that was a great look at both those guys. They've got Jose Anderson, who was one of the best performers in the DSL last year. But everybody forgets about their big dollar signing last year. It wasn't Made, it wasn't Pena, it wasn't Anderson. It was Jorge Quintana, shortstop prospect, who got $1.7 million. Now, bonuses don't mean a lot, but they do mean something, because at one point in this guy's career, he was a very talented player. Jorge Quintana, he didn't have the best year last year. He slashed 250, 361, 380. He had 2 home runs, 19 extra base hits, 22 stolen bases. He's still rather young. He just turned 18. He'll spend all year at 18. And he'll actually, if I'm not mistaken, he'll start the 2026 opening day at 18. So if he begins in A next year. Switch hitter, good feel from both sides of the plate, good discipline. He's put up some pretty good numbers this spring, some good EVs. There's a nice video from Spencer Michaelis, who does great coverage of the Brewers, of Jorge Quintana hitting a 105-mile-an-hour home run off Aaron Ashby. I mean, for all it's worth, like we know who Aaron Ashby is at this point, but Ashby has been a major league pitcher, and Jorge Quintana is 18. So matching a 105 homer off Ashby, pretty notable. Contact skills are good. If the power is actually there, then Quintana's a really attractive prospect. The Angels do want to highlight, because they've got some guys, Joswa Lugo, who had a great DSL last year, $2.3 million bonus. He slashed 301, 370, 466 last year with 5 homers, 18 stolen bases. I mean, his exit velocities were really good. Like, they were as good as Emil Morales last year with actually better contact. So I'm curious how Lugo kind of fares. He'll be a fun prospect to watch. He's got a projectable 6'3" frame. Could add more pop, but he already hit a ball 110 last year at 17. So pretty fascinating there. I'm curious to see what he does. They also have a couple pitchers. Trey Gregory Alford. He'll be one to watch. Drafted last year, overslot guy, prep arm. He'll be a fun one. They've got Dylan Jordan as well. So who knows? That Angels team might have the best talent of any Angels affiliate right now in their system. So really intrigued to watch there. A couple other names to talk about. Shotaro Morii. He was a two-way prospect that the Athletics signed last year, or this year, I guess, actually. And he's fascinating because he's had some really good traits on the mound. He also hit 45 home runs at high school, which is crazy. He has an elbow issue right now. He's not going to pitch. Morii will not pitch. He's going to hit and play the field. I think he's at least ready to hit. I'm not sure if he plays the field right out of the gate, but he's going to hit. I don't know what we see out of him. Does the elbow affect him? It'll be fascinating to watch. But Morii has some really fun skills. I think that his best thing will be just to give up pitching and go hit. Everybody always wants to comp these guys to Shohei, and I get it. Morii was a legit two-way player in high school. There's a lot of legit two-way players in high school, guys. Only Shohei Ohtani has been able to do it. I mean, just look at the people that have tried and failed. Morii is probably best suited to play the infield and hit. And the final name that I do want to talk about is Eli Lovich of the Cubs. He doesn't get a lot of love, but he was Kansas's Prep Baseball Player of the Year. 11th round, big bonus though, $650K bonus there. Big overslot. He's 6'4", very high-waisted, long legs, explosive lower half, swing geared for loft, good athlete. Eli Lovich is interesting. He could be one that really pops off. He's got good pitch recognition skills. My question is, can he hit good fastballs? We'll see. I mean, he's going to face some bad fastballs in the complex, but he's also going to get some good fastballs. I mentioned some good pitchers already. Can he handle good breaking balls? Left-handed bat, fun swing, just projection for days. Good athlete. Eli Lovich. I'll end the show there. That's a fun name to end on that I think could really, really take off. So that's our Arizona Complex League players to watch. I'll come back tomorrow with Florida. Now, Florida's interesting. I only wrote about 5 prospects in the Florida Complex League, but I'll talk about some more tomorrow. So come back, check out the show. Please subscribe to YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. I would much appreciate it. It goes a long way for me to continue to grow the show. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great day.